Hi, my name is Dr. Robert Bates, and we're here to talk about how a backache can actually save people's lives. Now, last time we were talking about the study here, and as a study it was about how a chiropractic adjustment can lower blood pressure. And this study was done by the Human Hypertension, the Journal of Human Hypertension, and it was talking about how you can get adjusted in the neck. A bone can be out of alignment in the neck, and it's called a subluxation, and it can actually cause the body to have high blood pressure. So, but there's a lot of other things. People that come in, when we talk to people and they actually have a backache and they come in, they may have subluxations that are creating other problems. They may have high blood pressure that's the cause of that, or they may have stomach problems, or they may have heart problems, they may have lung problems, digestive problems, reproductive problems, immunological problems, and that can all be from a subluxation in the neck sometimes. So now how can that be? So let me show you just a little bit of the science behind that, so for those people that like the science part of it, and then we'll move on from there. Because when you have a subluxation, and a subluxation is just when a bone goes out of alignment and it can interfere with the messages going through the nerves. So you need the messages to go from the brain through the spinal cord out to nerves to allow proper function to happen. So in what they talk about, the neurological pathway, the way that works is that you have the upper cervical mechanoreceptors, and when the spine's out of alignment, you adjust that area and it actually affects those mechanoreceptors, and it'll affect the nucleus intermedius, which affects the nucleus tractus solitarius. It goes down the line to the dorsomotor nucleus of the vagus nerve. And that's key because that's going to go out through affect the parasympathetic efferents, and it's going to affect the heart. It's going to affect the lungs. It's going to affect the intestines. It's going to affect your immune system, reproductive system. So that's the science part of it. So it can affect those pathways through the autonomic nerve system on that. And so that's why some people, when they come in, so for example, the study that we were talking about with the high blood pressure that was in the Journal of Human Hypertension, those people had absolutely no pain at all. Okay, so they wanted people like that in that particular study. But most people that go into a chiropractor's office usually hasn't pain. So, but they're lucky enough to where, because they have a subluxation, and it may be creating other problems with these particular organs, it actually helps those areas too. So it's kind of like this secondary effect that they didn't know they were going to get. So there's a lot of research, and there's a lot of medical research that backs that up. So for example, when you look at this chart here, it just talks about how there's different areas, like how subluxations could have affected the stomach, it could affect the lungs, affect the gallbladder, affect as far as the heart, the kidneys. So really, there's a lot of different research out there that shows how we would think that as a medical condition was actually created by a subluxation. Now, I'm not saying that the subluxation is a panacea, but when you have the nerve interference like what we were talking about, then no drug's really going to correct the cause. You really have to go to a chiropractor to find out. So part of that is very important just to get checked, regardless if you have symptoms or not. So that's why some people can have a backache and it can actually save their life. So you can think of a backache can be a blessing in disguise.